Hey everyone, today we talk about a t-shirt and the story behind it. I saw a news report out of China the other day. It said that in 2025, cotton production in Xinjiang hit an all-time high. According to Xinhua News Agency, the official state press, the region's output topped 6.16 million tons, making up over 92.8% of China's entire production. It was a story of pure triumph, all about efficiency and technology. They mentioned things like the widespread use of mechanized pickers, with an overall mechanization rate now exceeding 97.5%, advanced water-saving irrigation, and smart agricultural systems. The message from outlets like China Daily was clear. Xinjiang's cotton industry is resilient, a modern marvel that's more competitive than ever on the global stage, despite all the supply chain noise. And you've heard the noise, right? For years, this has been a flashpoint. You have international brands like Uniqlo publicly stating they don't use cotton from the region. You have human rights organizations publishing damning reports. In August 2022, the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights released a bombshell assessment, finding that the abuses in Xinjiang, including patterns of torture and credible accounts of sexual violence, are so severe they may constitute international crimes, in particular, crimes against humanity. Others, like Amnesty International, whose 2021 report was titled, "Like We Were Enemies in a War," and Human Rights Watch have documented what they describe as a system of mass detention and forced labor. It's become this huge geopolitical tug-of-war, with countries debating sanctions like the United States Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, which effectively blocks all cotton imports from the region by establishing a rebuttable presumption that any product from Xinjiang is made with forced labor, unless an importer can prove otherwise with clear and convincing evidence. But it made me think of a different story, something from a long time ago. About 20 years back, I watched this Japanese documentary. I think it was from NHK. It was about the cotton harvest in Xinjiang back then. See, before the machines took over, Xinjiang's cotton industry depended entirely on people, hundreds of thousands of them. Every autumn, a massive wave of seasonal workers, a phenomenon so large state media dubbed them the cotton-picking army, Shihua Dajun, would travel for days and nights on crowded, green-skinned trains from all over China. For decades, this system of internal migrant labor powered the harvest. As recently as 2013, news outlets reported on the extra trains commissioned to carry over 100,000 workers from Henan province alone. They came from poorer provinces, mostly places like Sichuan and Henan, to do this incredibly tough work. The documentary focused on this one young girl from a village in Sichuan. She was maybe 16, 17, and she had a simple goal, a dream. She wanted to earn enough money to buy her first mobile phone. That was it. That was the prize at the end of 2 months of brutal, back-breaking labor. And the labor was brutal. The film didn't shy away from it. You see, a cotton ball, after it matures and dries, the husk that holds the fluffy cotton is hard. It's sharp, like a little wooden claw. The documentary had these long, close-up shots of the worker's hands, the girl's hands. Her fingers were just torn to shreds, raw, covered in tiny, bleeding cuts from the sharp edges of the balls. She had them wrapped in layers of cheap adhesive tape, but the tape would get soaked with sweat and the wounds would just fester underneath. You could see the pain in her eyes every time she reached for another ball. Every single puff of cotton was paid for with a slice of her own skin. After 2 months, she was done. The harvest was over. She got paid 1,000 yuan. That was it. The reporter found her, and he asked her, "So, you have the money now. Are you going to go buy that phone?" And this is the part I'll never forget. She didn't say yes. She just got really quiet. She stood there, holding these bills in her hand, this hand that was still scarred and healing, and she just stared at them. After everything she'd been through, after feeling the physical cost of every single yuan in that stack, the idea of the phone suddenly seemed impossible, frivolous. She couldn't do it. That money was too heavy now. It wasn't just paper, it was 2 months of pain. She told the reporter she was taking it all back home to Sichuan to give to her family. To frame the story of Xinjiang cotton as solely a symbol of ethnic minority enslavement is a deliberate and masterful distortion of a far more complex truth.